It is really my honor to welcome our next speaker for closing remarks, Michael Canmann. Michael Canmann is the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer of CC Industries, Inc., and a Henry Crown company. He has over 20 years of investment banking experience, and he has worked extensively on both public market financing and strategic advisory assignments for a range of industrial companies. Michael's APBD diagnosis journey began 6 years ago. He serves on the foundation's board of directors. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you for being here.
Calliope, thank you. And can everybody hear me? Is this okay? I apologize for doing this from a airline club in LAX, but as we heard from prior people, you do what you can while you can, and so I'm still traveling. But anyways, I wanted to thank everybody because, as Calliope alluded to, my journey started really 6 to 7 years ago with strange things from incontinence to urinary issues to walking issues occurring. And then 3 years ago, I got the diagnosis after several rounds of genetic testing. My diagnosis was at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. But this 2-day session has been really impressive. I can't thank everybody from the participants to the donors to the staff for doing this, because it's the only thing that gives us hope and a chance, both a chance in daily life to figure out the workarounds and the way to get through things, and hope that someday there will be something therapeutically that might alter the course of this disease. I'd also like to thank my wife, Susan. She didn't bargain for this, but she is a great caregiver, and she spent the last 2 days listening to this, which both gives comfort in hearing other caregivers like Rob's articulation of what he's going through, and also a hope and optimism that it's a group. Hearing from friends like Harriet, Alan, Deborah, I mean, it's those connections through the APBD Foundation in this group that has been wonderful. Dr. Koch, congratulations on the baby. I'll see you sometime soon. Dr. Nitschke, I know we're getting together soon. It's this support in this group that's so wonderful. Calliope, Natasha, thank you guys. Becca, it's just incredible to have that support, putting something together like this. And then the sponsors, I'm proud to be a sponsor with my wife, Susan. Susan Condon, Golden Heart Flower, Neuberger Berman, the Kleiner Group at Morgan Stanley, and an anonymous donor. It's not possible without this. And I'm always amazed at what this organization does. I'm affiliated with several other philanthropic organizations, ironically, always as the treasurer. And this group does more with less, and it's so impressive. So thank you. Calliope gave a little bit of my background. I spent 20 years in investment banking, running a major investment bank's office in Chicago, and then transitioned to be the CFO for the Henry Crown companies and the Crown family. They've been supportive. They understand it. But it's hard to go through daily life in a job and try to keep up with doing all the workarounds. I have a cane in my backpack that I always use when I get into difficult situations. I can't walk very far, but that's just a fact of life, and you just work around it. But it's recommendations from the various people on this call. It's the hope of potential therapies that sort of get you through and keep you going, because the unknown is what really hurts. Ironically, the diagnosis 3 years ago came with some relief, because at least I knew what I had to pursue. I started seeing Dr. Kishnani and Dr. Koch down at Duke, always helpful, and other doctors that are at least have some knowledge of the disease, because my original diagnosis at Northwestern, they were very happy to have found it, and it was lined up perfectly well with what I had, but they'd never seen it before. But anyways, this is just a great session. I want to thank everybody for participating, and I would encourage participation. There were a lot of the clinicians and researchers that asked for, whether it's specimens, therapies, histories. That's all we can give right now, and encourage people to do that and take the long-term approach. We deal with this day to day, but we have to take a little bit of a long-term view and hoping for a therapy and an approach. Really, I look forward to connecting with everybody, whether Natasha or Calliope, Becca, they all have my contact information. I can't thank everybody enough for participating in this, and hopefully it leads to both some comfort for the patients and some data and optimism for the researchers so that we can come through with some therapies and some potential cure someday. But I just wanted to thank everybody. And Anessa, I will apologize to you because I did violate the script a little bit and go off. But I was just so impressed with the last 2 days and the insight, both clinically and from patients and caregiver. You know, Lawrence's opening remarks, literally, I could have checked everything he said and say, me too, which is both comforting and also a little unsettling because you know the course of the disease you're facing. So everybody, thank you. And again, apologies for doing this from a phone booth at an airport, but we do what we can while we can. And thank you.